Hello everyone, and welcome to the third episode of my series, Will It Feed? In this series, we take a look at some off-meta champions and see if I can make them work, or at least hopefully I won't feed. This episode will be featuring AD LeBlanc, the idea being that LeBlanc has some insane mobility, so that's perfect for any AD carry, right? Well, let's see how it works. So this mobility in LeBlanc's kit is insanely powerful, however that means the rest of her kit has to pay for it in some way. The way Riot has decided to, try and balance LeBlanc based on how you see her kit, they put a bunch of the damage into her aggressive mobility so that she can't always just have it there to save herself. The idea with AD carry LeBlanc is that you take the damage back into something else in the kit, a more ranged part, so you can use that mobility as safety, not just aggro and damage. Thanks to all of this mobility in her kit, LeBlanc is very good at kiting, which, again, is very good for an AD carry style role. However, in the current meta at least, I think she's much more suited for a role like top lane, where she can kite around the popular juggernauts up there and really, make their lives difficult. Because it's really difficult for them to solo kill her. She's also really good at staying on the edge of the fight and just throwing in autos at whoever's closest to her, like an AD carry likes to do. As you can see here, this Gnar really tries to get onto me, but he just can't do it, and in the end I'm able to kill him. And since LeBlanc is so good at kiting these juggernauts, that's one reason why I built things like Last Whisper and Blade of the Ruin King on her. However, those are only late game, final build items. The first two things that you really want to get on AD LeBlanc is Trinity Force and Static Shiv. The reasoning for it is she moves a lot through her dashes, so she can stack a Shiv very quickly and get a lot of procs off. And also, she's always spamming her abilities, so she gets a lot of Trinity Force procs as well. In general, I had a lot of fun trying out this AD carry LeBlanc build. Her kit in general is just really fun to fly around and bounce around all over the place and really confuse your enemies. But also, I found whenever I was playing, it just makes games interesting, and what happens is really cool. In fact, two of the craziest games I've ever played have been with AD LeBlanc. And I think part of that is because she's sort of like Twitch in the sense that she's like the AD carry assassin. Because even though I'm building her AD, she still plays assassin-y like LeBlanc does. And it's really fun to be able to find that moment to jump through the enemy team and auto-attack a low health target to death. The biggest weakness with this build is that just your overall DPS is really low. Too low for an AD carry. I mean, right here, Vayne would have made this Vi disappear, and it took me a long time to kill her, even with both Nexus turrets there. Most of the damage in this kit comes from the Static Shiv and Trinity Force procs, and a little bit from your spells and auto attacks. So you really rely on the burst that comes from using those items. However, this burst is not to be underestimated. As you'll see here, I can still jump in and pick off a low health mid laner and really turn the tide of a fight in our favor. Thanks to that crit right there. So, to summarize, is there ever a time when it would be better to pick this LeBlanc over normal LeBlanc? Probably not. Is there a time when this LeBlanc would be more fun than normal LeBlanc? Absolutely. And honestly, this was one of the most successful and most fun off builds that I've tried so far. And it is so close to being good enough for me to be ballsy enough to bring it into ranked, but I can't quite do that yet. Well, this has been the Tiger Heart, and I hope you enjoyed my video of Will It Feed featuring AD LeBlanc. Before you go, I do have the most tragic clip I have ever recorded for you folks here. I really wish I had won this one.